Here are my top 5 books out of the 30 books that I've read in 2024. And number 5 on the list is a book called Stay With Me. And in this book talks about a marriage which is childless, and it shows us on the extremes on which women can go through in order for them to have children. Also, the writer tries to show us that in a society when a marriage is childless, it's always assumed that a woman is who has problem, which is usually not the case. So although the message is sad, the writer tried to portray this message in a warm way and in a funny way. So I would highly recommend reading Stay With Me. And number 4 on the list is Confession of Nairobi Men. Now this book is based on true stories, and these men confess on what life has given them, and some of them were molested, some of them were left with their girlfriend because they didn't have money. And this book will make you cry, this book will make you shed tears. And the way the writer wrote this book is, in a way, it was like you are really listening to these people when they are telling this story. So I would highly recommend reading this book, Confession of Nairobi Men. So number 3 on the list is Kintu and The First Woman. So I couldn't choose between Kintu and The First Woman, so I'll explain both. So Kintu talks about a family which is cursed and the way that they're going to uplift that curse. Now this book is a generation book which takes you from one generation to another, and it tells a story on where the curse started and the way the curse will be uplifted. Now this book will really teach you on appreciating the African tradition, on why we do some of the things. And I read somewhere that says when Jennifer's right, she doesn't explain. So if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, then you don't get it. And if you read Kintu, you'll understand why this book is phenomenal. And in case for The First Woman, now this book, it has a lot of themes, and one of the themes that really stood out for me was the theme of feminism, the theme of friendship, the theme of making choices and being free to choose what you really want in a society. Now this book, I think this book is for every woman to read, and Jennifer really did a great job in writing this book. And number 2 on the list is I Do Not Come to You by Chance. Now this book talks about the way society thinks you have to follow a certain path. Let's say you study, get a job, then you'll be successful. But this book tries to challenge that narrative that in life maybe you don't have to do all things for you to be successful. And this book also teaches us that sometimes people make choices in life just because of the situation or because they are forced into it. But this book was really nice to read, and it was really funny book to read. And on top of the list is Africa Is Not a Country. Now this book, I really love this book because it taught me where Africa came from, where we are, and where we are going. And it's also a great book to teach you how colonialism really affected Africa. Now, when I was in school, when we were taught the history, I think I did not get the concept behind it, and I did not come to appreciate our history as African. But once I read this book, I really came to appreciate Africa as a continent and where we are right now and where we are going. And this book really did open my eyes, and one of the things that I really loved is that the writer tried to say that if we do not tell our stories, if we remain silent, then somebody else will tell our stories for us. And this can be seen currently in the media, where Africa is portrayed as this poor continent or this and that. But if you really read this book, it will really open your eyes and really come to appreciate that our stories really need to be told by us. So if you have read the book, please let me know in the comments what were your thoughts, and please let me know what were your top 5 books of the year. And I hope I have inspired you to go pick these books to read for yourself. Ciao.